Albert Einstein said, "The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything." So, when you see corruption being perpetrated, please do not sit by and lament. Do something, report to the appropriate agencies. Hello and thanks for joining us on The Eagle. My name is Aisha Muhammad.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
On the program today, EFCC and INEC collaborate to check vote buying. Magu tax student to embrace the fight against corruption. EFCC sensitizes DNFIs on the dangers of non-conformity with extant regulations. This and more reports will come your way right after this timeout.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has charged integrity clubs from various secondary schools in Abuja to embrace the fight against corruption and help secure the future of Nigeria. He made this assertion during an interactive session at a program tagged Anti-Corruption Situation Room, organized by Human and Environmental Development Agenda, HEDA. But before we present this report, Rolake Odofin Jolayemi will tell us more on EFCC and INEC partnership to check vote buying in the 2019 general elections. Over to you, Rolake.
The acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, has warned Nigerians to resist the temptation to sell their votes in the forthcoming general elections. Magu made the appeal while playing host to a delegation from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, at the EFCC's head office, Jabi, Abuja. The EFCC boss said that the commission has done a lot of work in stemming the tide of excessive campaign financing and has put machinery in place to monitor such money transfers. He added that the EFCC will, within the ambits of law, ensure that the democratic process is not compromised or derailed by looters.
We will work hand in hand. In fact, we are not working together, but we will do our best. Like you said, we have the powers, we have the mandate, legislative mandate to investigate, to prosecute, and arrest. And I want to appeal to Nigerians to resist the temptation of allowing people to play our intelligence, because both the vote buyer and the tech, they are liable, and we are going to take this election coming as a test case. We are very much on ground. Very much on ground. We are working with so many organizations.
Earlier, the delegation, led by the chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, had expressed concerns about what he described as the critical problem of vote buying. According to him, the INEC had put in place measures towards ensuring free, fair, and credible elections, but expressed concerns over the new trend of voters' inducement. The INEC boss said now in the system is less of ballot box snatching and kidnapping of INEC officials due to reforms put in place to respond to immediate challenges, and a new trend is increased voter inducement through electronic accounts. Professor Yakubu also requested the deployment of officers of the EFCC to address the challenge of voters' inducement at polling centers, as well as direct involvement of the agency in monitoring campaign financing and spending of political parties and their candidates.
We are here essentially as part of our consultation with critical national institutions for the good of our democracy. As we move into the elections proper in 2019, we also need your support in the area of campaign finance and spending by candidates. The law has prescribed limits as to what candidates can spend in elections, but we need enforcement of these laws. The tall and short of it is that we don't want the money bags to determine our democracy. We want the votes of the people to determine who wins in our elections.
Ron Lakeld of Njolaimi, reporting for the Eagle. The acting chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, has charged integrity clubs from various secondary schools in Abuja that the fight against corruption is a struggle to secure the future of Nigeria and her citizens, especially children and youths. Magu made this assertion at a program tagged Anti-Corruption Situation Room, organized by Human and Environmental Development Agenda, HEDA, in Abuja. The EFCC boss called on all Nigerians to be involved in the fight against corruption, stressing that the fight is not for the EFCC alone. He admonished the students to take ownership of the fight against corruption and secure the future of Nigeria, adding that the earlier they get involved in the fight as young persons, the better for the nation. The EFCC boss further urged every participant to spread the message and mobilize as many citizens as possible to embrace the anti-corruption campaign.
Everything we are doing is to secure your future. Believe me, it's not for us. So you have every reason to join in the fight against corruption. Don't look down on you. Everybody has a say. Everybody has something to do in the fight against corruption. That's why I say take ownership of the fight against corruption. Don't leave it to all of us, to those of us who are actually officially involved in the fight against corruption. All of us must resolve to remove corruption in this country. Otherwise, you will not have future. But I assure you that you will have your own future. Before they get rid of us, we will just finish a milestone in the fight against corruption. So, Nigerians should take ownership of the fight against corruption. This is the best strategy in the fight against corruption. You need to mobilize everybody because corruption is the greatest evil. It's the greatest violation of human life. It's injustice. If there is any injustice, that the worst in Canada is corruption. So you must eschew corruption, hate corruption, and do everything possible to fight corruption. Even when you are sleeping, you fight corruption. 24 hours. That is the only way you can help us to get rid of corrupt practices.
The forum offered the elated students the opportunity to ask questions and discuss directly with the EFCC boss. A student of Pyramid of Excellence School, Sherry Abdul, urged the commission to explore the possibility of incorporating anti-corruption studies in school curriculums.
The question I have is, we have civic education as a subject in secondary schools and primary school. Can we have anti-corruption as a subject as well?
The chairman of HEDA and convener of the event, Lanre Suraj, thanked Magu and the students for being part of the event. According to him, it shows that the students were already connecting with things that are happening outside their scope and outside the school environment.
But one of the things that we can give to both this current EFCC and the government is that the current recovery is known to everybody. What EFCC has been doing, many of you might not appreciate it because you are not getting direct share of it. Even if they put it in education, in paying your teacher, you don't feel direct impact. When ICPC does it, you don't feel direct impact. And government, in that wisdom, has said, rather than going to put that in either building airports, and many people will not even fly an aircraft in their life.
On hand at the event was a Nigerian hip-hop artist, Lanre Fasashi, popularly known as Sound Sultan, who mentored the students. The music star expressed readiness to get more involved in the fight against corruption through his music. He enjoined other artists to do the same in order to bring about the much-desired change in the society.
I just want you all to please desist from anything that will stain your name. Integrity, at the end of the day, is for the wise man. You see, if you think Nigeria likes sharp things, or we want to pass one way, do something that we like to find the shortcut to everything. You see, I've been in this industry for more than 18 years doing my music. But the thing is, you can never find any stain on my name. Not because I'm too good or too, but I think I'm wise to know that I need this name for long. So by the time you keep putting tiny dots of stain on your name, over the years it's going to be one black hole. So please keep your integrity.
The acting chairman thereafter decorated Sound Sultan and other participants with the EFCC lapel pin as he encouraged them to be anti-corruption ambassadors. Ron Lakeld of Injolaimi, reporting for the Eagle.
Corruption is a cankerworm, na cankerworm. I say na cankerworm, na cankerworm. Corruption don't finish our country. Nigeria women rise up and come together, oh yeah.
Every woman come out, but we fight corruption together, oh. Every woman fall out, but we kill corruption together, oh.
Them they thief our money, send them obodo yibo. Children they suffer every day, better school in no day. Nigeria women come, oh. Women from every sector, make we fight corruption, we won't kill our country. Them go collect money for light, chop the money, light we no see. Good road and good health and call, we no see. I said na cankerworm, oh, na cankerworm, oh.
Join the EFCC in its crusade to rid Nigeria of corruption. Naija, now we all know.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has charged operators of non-designated financial institutions, DNFIDs, especially the real estate owners, to live up to their obligations under the law. Amina Kawa tells us more on this.
Speaking at a sensitization and enlightenment workshop organized by the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering, SCUMO, at the Ecstasy Hall, Independence Layout, Enugu, the Southeast Zonal Head of EFCC, Adam Hamusid Amusa, who was represented by the Head of Intelligence and Special Operations Unit, ISAS, Oshodi Johnson, said it was imperative that participants understand what is expected of them under the law to forestall any unpleasant experience in future. He said it is incumbent on them to read and digest the Money Laundering and Prohibition Act in order to be acquainted with what constitutes offences. He noted that the real estate sector remains one of the greatest conduits for money laundering and urged them to be guided by love for their country and the well-being of future generations in doing their operations. Earlier, while addressing the participants, the head of SCUMO in the zone, Promise Oluigbo, said the workshop, which was the 14th in the series for the year, was aimed at making DNFIs operate to the international best practices as well as solicit their support as partners with SCUMO and the EFCC. He urged the participants to carefully conduct due diligence and know your customer (KYC) checks on their clients, bearing in mind that some of them might be terrorists, kidnappers, corrupt public and civil servants, and politicians. The workshop drew participants from quantity surveyors, estate valuers, property developers, and hoteliers across the Southeast. Amina Kawa reporting for the Eagle.
If you're just joining us, the program is still The Eagle, coming to you from the stables of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Next on the program, our conviction report. Amina Kawa is standing by to take us through.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has secured the conviction and sentencing of Jones Patrick Bieri, a pilot, to 13 years imprisonment before Justice Mohammed Idris of the Federal High Court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos. The convict was arraigned sometime in 2006 on an amended 13-count charge bordering on conspiracy and exporting of fraud checks. Bieri, alongside one Tony Adeyemi and a man simply identified as Eddie, who are still at large, had on 31st May 2006 in Lagos forged and signed 10 Lloyds TBS checks with numbers 002108, 002104, 000096, 00091, 005263, 005260, 000147, 000144, 000546, and 000550. The defendant was alleged to have attempted to export the said checks to a foreign country through the United Parcel Services, UPS. The defendant pleaded not guilty to the charge and was granted bail. In the course of the trial, the court had to revoke the bail in view of the defendant's refusal to attend the trial. Delivering his judgment, Justice Idris held that the prosecution had proved its case beyond reasonable doubt and found him guilty on counts 1 to 13. The defendant was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment on counts 1 to 11 and 15 years on count 12 and 13. The sentences are to run concurrently. Amina Kawa reporting for The Eagle. It was harvest of convictions for the Benin Zonal Office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, as 7 persons who were arraigned on separate count charge for different offences were convicted and sentenced to various jail term by the Federal High Court sitting in Benin City, Edo State. One of the convicts, Ecole Noel, was arraigned on 1 count charge of obtaining by false pretense. He was said to have impersonated Mike Ezuronye, a popular Nollywood actor, on Facebook to defraud his victims. Upon his arraignment, the convict pleaded guilty. Justice P.I. Ajuku convicted and sentenced the defendant to 1 year imprisonment. In a similar vein, the judge sentenced one Favor Ojifia to 6 months imprisonment for obtaining goods worth 500,000 naira only from one Imasuen Christian Osoho of Just Cute Ventures after pleading guilty to 1 count charge. Also convicted by the court is Odiete Jude Eroho, who backed 6 months imprisonment for obtaining the sum of 426,000 naira only from one Sunday Okpa by trick. However, for the duo of Atiti Anita and Godwin Luluomen, Justice Ajoku sentenced both to 2 months imprisonment, while Osakyuman Mandi backed 1 month imprisonment. The trio were also arraigned on a 1 count charge of obtaining by false pretense. Amina Kawa reporting for The Eagle.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Still on convictions, one, as they say, shall never end. In this season and time, what will make a man fall under a spell to give out his hard-earned 46 million naira to a soothsayer? Well, Rolake Odofin Jolayemi takes us through the details of this intriguing story. Over to you, Rolake.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Maiduguri Zonal Office, on Monday, September 24, 2018, secured the conviction of one Baal Kawumi, also known as Goni Ibrahim, before Justice A.A. Ndume of the Borno State High Court, Maiduguri, on a 1-count amended charge bordering on the false pretense that he is going to invoke the spirit, Jinn. Kawumi fraudulently collected the sum of 46 million naira from one Abdul Rahman Abdul Qadir under the false pretense that he is going to invoke the spirit to help enhance his business and enrich him. The petitioner alleged that he was invited by Kaumi after making a request from him for financial benefits, and the hidden voice instructed the petitioner to bring perfumes and 7 cows for sacrifices. Kaumi collected the sum of over 3 million naira for the items and later 1 million naira and other sums that the petitioner cannot remember. He further added that shortly after some time, Kaumi finally requested the sum of 1.5 million naira to be used in buying elephant tusks. The total amount he was duped of totaled the sum of 46 million naira. Investigation carried out on the matter revealed that the convict actually collected the sum of 46 million naira from the petitioner in order to invoke the spirit, jinn, for financial gains. When the case came up for arraignment, Kaumi pleaded guilty to the amended charge. In view of the accused person's plea, the prosecuting counsel Halima Alhaji Shehu prayed the court to convict him accordingly. But the defense counsel T.I. Monguno, who did not object, however prayed his lordship to temper justice with mercy, considering the fact that the accused is a first-time offender and had shown remorse by pleading guilty. Justice Aisha Ali Ndume thereafter sentenced him to 3 years imprisonment or an option of fine in the sum of 100,000 naira. Rolla Keldofin Jolaimi, reporting for the Eagle.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
And with that, we have come to the end of today's episode of The Eagle. You too can be part of this program by sending your inquiries and suggestions to the Eagle at efccnigeria.org or search for us on Google Plus at Official EFCC or Official EFCCNG@gmail.com. You can like our page on facebook.com/Official EFCC or follow us on Twitter at Official EFCC. And of course, you can visit our Instagram page at Official EFCC. To watch our programs and other activities, please log on to youtube.com/Official EFCC. My name is Aisha Mohammed. We'll leave you with the words of Bono, who said, "The worst disease in the world today is corruption, and there is cure, which is transparency. So be the best you want to be." Goodbye, and God bless Nigeria.